What's up, everyone? How's it going? It is I, Dro. Welcome to Gen-Dro Studios, where we stream games all the time. Anyways, thanks for joining me on another adventure in Danganronpa. Thank you for coming by and hanging out with me. As always, we're gonna go ahead and rock this Danganronpa out, and hopefully you guys enjoy. We'll be investigating more of this potential crazy case where Chihiro dies. So who knows? There could be a second death. There could be something crazier. Who knows? Maybe there is two culprits. Lord only knows what we would expect in this crazy ass game. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. And let's see, who is here? I don't know who's here per se, but it doesn't matter. Alright. That's enough. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, there we go. I was about to say, no, don't tell me I have to start this all over. I guess we should try to get some more gifts while we're here. Nothing like going to the school store to get all the good stuff. Alright. What is that? What? Yeah, lucky already. Nice. I think I've gotten that already. Let's see. Ooh. I wish I told you like the descriptions when you get them. I guess we'll just have to see them later. Another cup of noodles. Ooh, what is that? Is that Dookie? Did they give me Dookie? Ooh, very, very nice. One more time, and I guess we'll call it a day. A water bottle. Know what that is. Yes, let's change it. So basically, we got a water bottle for them thirsty bitches. We just be like, Makoto, I love you. Shut up, thirsty bitch. Throw a water bottle at her. Hit her in the forehead. Ah, why would you do this? Cause you thirsty, ho. All right, let's go. That's so fucking stupid. Alright, so I'm trying to remember exactly what I was doing. I guess there's only one way to find out. We came from the library, I believe. And then he left me in the hallway. Yeah, let's leave the archive. I hate trying to remember exactly what I was up to in the games before. It drives me nuts sometimes. I'm getting used to it, but it still sucks. bing, 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 bing. Oh, speaking of which, see if everything's working here. Excellent condition. Yeah, baby. I guess we're not finding anything in here, as far as I can tell. Although, it doesn't hurt to search everything because of those Monokuma coins, but... I think that was it. Ugh. That was a yawn? Oh, man. It is way too early in the morning for that. Oh, it's Hifumi. What's up, Hifumi?
Da-da-da-da! Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if...
Another stat increase for me. Evidence? What'd you find?
I cannot reveal that just yet. But I guarantee that what I found was still the killer breath from his lungs.
Are you sure about that?
Oh yeah, Miss Lunenburg said she'd witnessed something worthwhile too.
Really? What did she see?
She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right?
Okay, so where is Celeste now?
The warehouse by the dorm. She was there, but at the same time, not there.
Well, what's it gonna be? Let's see. Alright, he says pretty much the same thing. Let's go to the girls' door. Alright, let's see what everybody else has to say. Dude had a real complex about being weak. Alright, I've seen this one. There's really nothing else new here. Just had to get another look at it. Man. There's still more I need to check. Oh. Hey Kyoko, have you made any progress on your investigation? Generally speaking,
However,
I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Besides, something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so then,
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time, thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing. That's definitely worth worrying about. Chihiro's handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook! What's up? Alright, nobody's here yet? Cool. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? This rope has a plug. Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was a blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right. There's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first, I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the Genocide Jack file, something's not right. The lack of stab wounds? What does this all mean? It means the person who was trying to feed you that somebody was Jack is actually the killer himself. Boo-ha-ha-ha! Status of the dead body has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Well, the one thing that most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time. Why would you go through the whole thing again? Alright. They want me to look at the Genocide Truth Bullets, huh? Suspected Genocide Jack victims included Ken Harada. Oh, wow. Harada, huh? Isn't that Sakura Harada? Hold on, I could be wrong. Tetsuhiro Honda and Shoji Gakka among countless others. They were killed in the same way and mounted to a nearby wall. The word bloodlust was found at the scene of each crime written in blood. Profiling indicates the killer is likely a student suffering from split personality. Oh, Ken Harada. Ken Harada. Okay, I was about to say. I was about to say, oh, please let it not be her. So, the person is most likely Celeste. I'm going to go with Celeste on this one. She's the only one who seems to have a split personality syndrome. I wouldn't say that she's... And we only have Celeste. We don't have her full name. So that even makes her more suspicious. So, I guess that's pretty much how it's going to work. Mineral water! Now, what else I was supposed to look like? Alright, status of the dead body. Huh. Alright, well, I looked at it. Did I find any new clues? No. But that's cool.
Damn. Chihiro's presence here was especially weak. Her body and her soul.
No forgiveness!
To target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable! What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this!
There's a big blood stain on the dumbbell on the floor. The Monokuma file said that the fatal injury was caused by a blow to the head. The dumbbell has to be the murder weapon. Well, it might not be. What I'd like to know is how they got a perfectly looking bloodlust on here. Alright, so... There's another thing I wanted to look at. Like... I don't know. Something seems off about that whole thing anyway. It's a blood-stained poster. The blood is the most noteworthy part, but The big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable, too. The girls' locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. Generally not. There's a blood stain on the carpet. It could only have been caused by Chihiro's murder. And you caught everything, Monokuma. The mastermind must have been watching as Chihiro was killed. They know what's happened, and they're still forcing us to go through with this. Those motherfuckers! More left to discover? What the fuck could I possibly discover? Is that a real gun? Why is there something like that here? It's dangerous and it also has nothing to do with the case. The surveillance camera. The mastermind must have been watching as Chihiro was killed. They know what happened, and they're still forcing us to go through with this. There are a bunch of different pool-related items on the shelf. There didn't seem to be any kind of clues left. The boys' locker room card reader, but the door's unlocked now, so it's kind of pointless. It's the boys' locker room. Huh? This poster? It's a popular boy band called the Tornado. Somehow it doesn't seem to quite fit in the boys' locker room. Oh, but wait, that reminds me. The poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boys band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. 2 locker room posters have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I know it seems like a stupid-ass clue, but I mean, I just noticed. I was just like, why the fuck would a boy band be up on the fucking boys' bathroom wall? The fuck is that? Oh, and looks like we got a stain here, too. Looks like a shit stain. Someone dookied on the floor! There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Boys' locker room carpet has been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook. Yeah, boy. Hey, boy. Let's get the fuck out of here. Oh, the pool area, huh? Look at all those steel plates on all those windows. Maybe there's some kind of clue in the lockers. Guess not. You made me zoom in there for nothing, you piece of shit. How dare you? That's it? That's all we can look at? I guess we could look at that. Well, that was dumb. Yep, definitely dumb. I don't see a point in doing that at all. Unless there's going to be a murder in the pool later. Gotta see it from all the angles. There's more. I don't see any more. What else is there to look at? What else is there? Stop gapping me, bro. That defeats the purpose of the mystery. I'm supposed to fuck that up. This door leads out to the pool. It sure does. This is one of the monitors Monokuma appears on. I can't help but thinking about it. I've seen everything here. I've seen everything in the boys' room. What could I have possibly fucking missed? Ah!
I feel it.
Alright, now let me leave. No, there's no more clues. What else is there? Come on, man. Hey, nobody got fucking time for this shit. I'm not here to play around and figure out, oh, what haven't you clicked yet? There's no fucking options anywhere. Yeah, this doesn't do anything here but lead me onto the pool. And there's literally nothing else to look at here. This is one of the monitors. Yeah, nothing left in here. What could you possibly have me fucking look at, bro? There's nothing else! Ah! I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Alright, buddy. I mean, Chihiro's complex may have came from that big-breasted woman right there. Let's take a look. Oh, I'm fucking missing all this fucking shit. Hold on. But there is. Oh, I wish there was the button to like go back. Oh, there it is. All right. Let's see. Alright, just so like you know, there's every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written on the... You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura? There we go.
I used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Ina and I use it together.
Okay then, let me ask you something. Do you think that the posters in the boys' and girls' locker rooms could have been switched?
Sorry, I can't really say. I never paid any attention to the posters.
I see.
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room.
Alright, there we go.
You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising.
We have protein coffee?
In the warehouse, it's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room, and it left a stain.
A stain. Oh, the shit stain. But I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
Of course. Exactly. I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if it was never a stain here to begin with.
The disappearing stain has been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook. So the carpet was switched too. That's a lot of work for a crime. But, I mean, if you're going to commit a crime and, you know, you got people who could specialize in investigating, I guess you got to go all out. But still, switching the carpets and the poster, it's almost like they switched the rooms altogether. That's very weird. I mean, it's almost as if the whole thing was staged. So then I'm guessing that would be the coffee stand. I don't see the relevance in the case, but hey, you know what? Even the smallest clues can lead to something. There's the coffee. The coffee stain. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? I don't know, man. I guess investigating it any further doesn't leave anything to desire. Alright, well, let's go. Alright, so we found out what happened next. So really, what else is there to look for? This is where the bathroom cleaning supplies are stored. Maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. I mean, I've already looked in every single building. I don't know where else to look. This one's kind of stumping me a little bit. This is the girls' bathroom. Obviously, I can't go in. Obviously. Oh, snap. That means we have some stuff going on. No! Me and Pooh escaped. That's no good. Whoa! Not Wolf and Tay on the stream. Check that out. Check that out. Keep out of the nurse's room. What's up?
How unfortunate.
Maybe we should have confessed our embarrassing secrets after all. Damn it! I'm sorry, Chihiro. It's all because I wasn't strong enough.
Huh?
Oh! Hey, Makoto, what's up? I haven't been up to do anything myself, that's for sure. Definitely haven't looked inside this mailbox.
There's a mailbox here, and inside are Junko, Leon, and Sayaka's handbooks. It looks like the handbooks of any dead students are brought here to the mailbox somehow. The rule says loaning your e-handbooks to another student is strictly prohibited. Only lending it is against the rules. In other words, there's no problem with borrowing one. Also, it looks like Leon's handbook refuses to turn on. But according to Monokuma, it shouldn't be broken. Is this really unrelated to the case? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Alright. I guess off into the store, look around. Find clues in every single nook and cranny. Thank you. Hey, I remember you. Maybe next time. Nothing at the Monokuma store. Let's see. The AV room? I don't think there's anything in here. But you never know. There's nothing here anymore. What's up, South Brothers? How's it going, man? The word is Ernreist. Oh, resident. Oh, nice. How's it going, bro? How is it going? I really don't want to go in. I really don't want to see this place ever again. I guess he's a little scarred, just a little bit. Alright, so nothing here. I guess we can go to 1B. The blackboard belongs to us, Secret Beauty. Not the Despair Hotel. Oh, okay. I'm so used to jumping around on the map that I have no clue. All right, let's talk to Aoi. Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing?
Same as before. She won't come out, and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there.
You left her?
My head was all swimmy, and I was getting pretty hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't worry. I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her.
Speaking of which, what are you eating?
Huh?
A donut, of course.
Of course?
There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts.
Really?
I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was on her one big regret. I should have tried to spend more time with her.
Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well...
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually,
Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls.
Was she just shy?
I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh wait, maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right?
You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. It could be that she was actually a boy. So far so good. Rough week. Too many downs, fewer ups. But hey, it's Friday. It means... Shouts! 5-hour stream tonight! Woo! Yeah, baby! Yeah, I can't say that I had a good week this week. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it hasn't been great. I think the greatest thing about this week today is the day that I go pick up our new puppy. Woo! Puppy time! Puppy time! Puppy time! Ah, puppies! Alright. And yeah, what if Chihiro was a boy? That's a cop. It could be a possibility. Clues in the fruit. It's always in the vegetables. That one specific knife is still missing. Yeah, I guess I'll leave the kitchen. Nothing here but spoiled milk anyway. Let's go to the bath. Yeah, baby, yeah. Lockers. One of them is unlocked, but I don't see anything inside. Ooh, a massage chair. Maybe I'll use it once I get really tired. Oh, yeah. Filthy Luca. That's steam, though. Alright, this bathtub is huge, but now it's no time for taking baths. It's always a time to take a bath. And the beautiful sauna. Who could say no to this sauna? I need to take a bath. Me too. I'll probably get to take a bath right after the stream so I can be nice and clean for my new puppy. What's this? Is it the heat source for the sauna? I don't think it has anything to do with the incident. Puppy, puppy, puppy. Alright, nothing in the bathhouse. Anything in here? I say explore all the doorways and all the options. It's a washing machine, which has nothing to do with the case. But I still got a Monokuma coin for her. That swimsuit is still hanging out to dry, but I don't think it has anything to do with the case. It has everything to do with the case! It's a bunch of magazines, which has nothing to do with the case. Well, I just enjoy picking up these coins, so yeah. That has something to do with me. Maybe not so much the case. What's in here? Is this the storage closet? Well, hello, Cest. Who would have thought that you were in the storage closet? Seems a little suspicious, don't you think? Celeste, what are you doing here?
This house is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from.
I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless.
Then you did find something?
Very well. I will tell you and only you.
Actually,
last night I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse.
What? Really?
indeed.
This was right before nighttime.
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Yeah, I bet you that's what it is. I bet you Chihiro is actually a dude.
She stuffed the jacket in her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
And the blue tracksuit is only for the guys!
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly into the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this would have ever happened.
You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying, which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Celeste's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Yay! I wouldn't say that it's called the Truth Bullet. I would say that it's an account, per se. But to say it's the truth is a little much. Just a little. She is carrying a surprise. It's a dude! Yeah, it has to be. I mean, why the fuck would she wear a blue tracksuit? And my guess is he was exercising to get stronger because he was so dainty and felt afraid. I don't see anything noteworthy. Kinda sus. Is this the fridge that Saika mentioned? I don't see anything noteworthy here. It's a little camera peeking its head out. A surveillance camera. The mastermind must have been watching as Chihiro was killed. They know what happened, and they're still forcing us to go through with this. There's all kinds of stuff piled up everywhere. I don't see anything noteworthy. All kinds of stuff. Towels, jackets. Looks like they put together a good collection of school equipment. Okay. Well, I guess that was pretty much it. This is one of the blah blah blah. I was hoping for a Monokuma coin. I have been deceived. Alright, let's take a look at the map real quick. I guess we can check out Chihiro's room. This is Chihiro's room. But now Chihiro's gone. Why? Why? Why would you do that to Chihiro? This is Toko's room. I should probably just leave her alone for now. Just a little bit. Wait a minute. I suspect all angles. This is Sakura's room. I doubt there are any clues in here. This is Hina's room. I doubt there's any clues in here, too. How about Celeste's room? She gonna come rushing out and stop me? This is Celeste's room. I doubt. That's how I knew it was Leon. He was acting way too fucking sus last time. Nafumi! Man, they've made his character's design dirty. Let's go to the trash room! Maybe I'll find something that I never thought to find before. There's a hatch on the floor. Oh, budge. Must be locked. Alright, so there's nothing here. How about here? It's a fish tank. Okay, so there's nothing else here on the bottom floor for me. I've talked to everybody, got their accounts. What's next for me on the next flip side here? Alright. It looks to me... That's the Avery room. We went in there. We went to the school store. I don't think we've been... Yeah, I've been here already. Huh. Nurse's office is closed. I don't think I've been to the gym, per se. I don't think there's anything in the gym, but we'll check anyway. Anybody in here? Hello? Just a bunch of balls everywhere. Woo! Rufflet has been caught by South Brothers. Congratulations, South Brothers. I guess nothing in the gym. To the second floor again we go. Let's see. Apparently there's still something that we can talk about or see in the archive. So let's check the archive one more time. It's a library! Head to the motherfucking library. The shelf is packed with books, but looking at it, maybe there's some kind of clue here? Guess not. Gotta look at all the clues. The shelf is packed tight with books, but looking at it, maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. The shelf is packed tight with books! Pretty much saying the same shit over and over again. There's a thick layer of dust on top of this desk. Maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. Ah, but there's this lamp. Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see. It's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But last time I saw it, it was definitely on. It was definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... Aha! Byakuya! Looks like you might be the murderer. The library desk lamp has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I guess that's all the clue I'm going to find in there. But I'm glad we found that clue. Let's take a look at all the good stuff in here. First things, let's look at this camera. Surveillance camera. Someone's using these cameras to watch people die. As much as it gets on my nerves, I better leave it alone. I want to take a look at the Genocide Jack's case file. Huh, I know it was around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone. Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only one who would do something like that, I can't think of anything, anyone but Byakuya.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
No!
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. The class trial.
Hooray! We love the class trial. It's the best. Alright, hopefully...
You remember where to meet, right?
Yeah.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
I don't know if I got enough clues in this one. Begin the class trial, or it's about to begin. The red door is right through here. I guess we have enough clues, huh?
So, is everyone ready or what? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here.
And Toko is...
You really don't remember?
Come on.
Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I guess I'll go ahead and drag her out here kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please.
And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him.
I told him I didn't want you, but he forced me. I can't believe he wanted to drag a girl around. Terrible! Terrible! So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle into the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. I guess I should talk to every single body. I gave you plenty to work with. Shows how far your logic can take you.
There is something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. I guess I wasn't much help at all in this one. Miss Fujisaki, I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe.
I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prevails, right, bro?
Well then.
I will uncover the villain who performed such heinous acts on a weaker individual.
You ready? We doing this?
Yeah, I suppose we are. We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. Oh yeah, the steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds, deeper and deeper, into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, it came to a sudden stop.
What do you think? I redecorated! Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting?
Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Good. You're rip-raring to go. I gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well,
Okay then, let's get the show on the road.
thrills,
Everyone, please find your assigned seats.
Oh, the wonderful thing about triggers, they think about wonderful things. Okay, and so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial! Yes, let's go ahead and save the data. Might as well. Alright, so let's set some skills here. No other skills. A melodious voice. Yeah. I guess that's the only skill I got. Truth bullets. Victim time of death is to be around 2. The body was discovered in the girl's locker room on the 2nd floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this. Who knows? I don't feel like I got enough out of this.
Explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the final blow.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Or Chihiro.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I forgot what the button was for. Ah, what's the fucking button?
That certainly would make it.
Or Chihiro.
Ah!
Chihiro's, it appears it will...
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
There we go.
No, it's wrong.
Jesus Christ, that was a pain in the butt.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to the non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely! For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button attached to the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In which case you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun.
The culprit is Genocide Jack, I'm sure. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
No, that's wrong.
I was waiting for it.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth, so let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
Boob lust!
No. It's actually bloodlust.
It's always boob lust. It's always boob lust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case which the world at large doesn't know has to do with the positioning of the body.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's just not one person, but multiple people, right? Schizo!
I understand. Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality has to do with her behavior. Her behavior changed after she fainted.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
Son of fuck! Wow, there's that body. Hey, are you dead? Yeah.
She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted.
The world has a front and a back, a top of inning and bottom, and a truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
I will have Genocide Jack have control! I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend!
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
Whew.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
I'm sorry, can you keep my command? Don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
He wants to talk to Genocide back. Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see? What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
Oh. Oh.
What the fuck is this?
That's what I'm screaming.
What happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
If she's innocent, we have to deal with this from now on. This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
Will you please not murder me?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
Oh god.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Oh yeah, I suppose that would be a motive, but I don't think that's the truth.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. Her tongue, though. That tongue, bro.
I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Sorry, but I didn't kill her.
You say that, but do you really...
Perhaps if you had an alibi.
Oh, an alibi.
When you compare your past, the modus operandi matches.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing
The
things.
scissors.
Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one. I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
What's up? How's it going, Kinky?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably
How's it
different
going?
from
How's it
other
going?
murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. What was used to suspend her?
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Big Mac!
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually
Coolin' bro at work. Cool, cool. You gonna stream tonight? I'm gonna do some more crazy stuff. If I have some time, I'm getting my puppy today. If I have time, I'll stop by, but it's just been a really busy week for me.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, what do you notice is...
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Ken Harada 32, Tetsuhara 117, Shoji Gaku 23, Kana Usei 14, Takeshi Ishida 30. There was no end to it.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I killed with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class, envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
She's fully equipped!
That bitch is... She's packing heat! She's packing heat! No worries, no worries. Hey, just letting you know, after everything calms down, though, definitely gonna jump on to your one of your streams. We definitely got to do a collab soon. I'm definitely looking forward to that. That Street Fighter one was really fun with Soul.
That's right! So I can go anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong, you can you gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal, and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases.
Here's my answer.
He's the only one who looks suspicious as fuck.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added to the non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely! Next, we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot it over or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. You don't seem to have the answer to a lie or a contradiction in your loaded truth bullets. It might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen lens, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun! Of course they add more shit to it.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found his body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity to...
That's a natural
The victim was Chihiro.
No, it's wrong.
Oh snap.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with it.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Differences between this case and other Genocide Jack. Evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible hidden in there. What could it possibly be? The core. The core.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
I was trying to grab that one
The
thing.
difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors.
Alright, let's see if I can break this.
Then there must be...
Hey, Byakuya.
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Nah!
The difference? You want me to explain when I want to kill? I use my thing and I use those same scissors.
But Chihiro was some kind of...
That's right! Then there must be something...
Hey, Byakuya.
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
There we go. I didn't need to grab anything.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath.
He's just like so nonchalant about it.
What about all that bothers you?
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Did I just take you off guard? Yes, I did. When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya had been confident up till now. Maybe Byakuya never even realized the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that switched between the girls and the boys' locker room. The rug! Let's do the...
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was completely scrubbed away. It was moved.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
to move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device, but Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Cause she's a boy! She's a boy!
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room.
Damn
no
it!
problem.
I was trying.
Could Chihiro really?
She must have hacked. She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have.
No, I don't. She used this thing. Huh? I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya is the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
We're gonna take a look at her penis.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
I knew there was something missing. There had to be, because like I couldn't guess anything on that. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was... the murder scene.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
Oh, God!
No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Religious
Very
grounds.
well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
She went Super Saiyan!
What is it? Not possible. It's not possible.
She's just glowing. Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled. She found the penis!
This girl is
what?
Is a boy!
I fucking knew it! I fucking knew it!
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact. What?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. I do apologize for keeping
I knew that Chihiro was a dude. I knew it. I had a feeling.
Let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind. It crossed mine quite a bit. I don't know what you're talking about, Makoto.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I like to also mention that Sakura actually touched a dead boy's penis. Just like to throw that out there. Just FYI. For those of you who missed that. So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
It was Celeste!
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy.
I got it!
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Celeste's account.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over.
I got blocked.
The killer.
And only the
No, that's wrong. I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? I'm confused. I don't know who it is now. They fucking threw me for a loop. I'm completely lost. Somehow, it's really hard to believe.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was heading. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! We picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out?
No way. Not a chance.
First of all, we know where Chihiro, he was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask,
Ah!
Why did he choose this?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! It matched the one that...
So, what, the killer was wearing the same blue? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a track, because exercising...
I have a white tracksuit personally.
Shoot!
There must be a contradiction somewhere. I don't know, man.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was. He was on his way to go. So next we have to ask, why did he choose?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! It matched the one the culprit was...
So, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Shoot!
Ah! I don't know! What am I supposed to gain out of
We know
this?
where Chihiro was heading. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer?
No, it didn't. I don't know where to go from here. I'm fucking confused. How does the tracksuit, like, how does that even mean anything? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm, like, losing my mind here. What does the tracksuit have to do with any of this? Why does the color matter? What are the bullet points of this? And why are you telling me the color? All right, so they were wearing the black. One person's wearing black. They grabbed the blue tracksuit. One wears black. One wears white. But
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it? First of all, we know which he was on his way, so next we have to... Why did he choose this?
What do you mean, the...
I got it! It matched the one...
So, what, the killer was wearing the same blue track... My tracksuit is black.
Shoot!
ah.
First of all, he was on his way, so next we have to...
Ah.
I got it! It matched the one...
So, the killer was wearing the same blue track... My tracksuit is...
I don't even have... Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally.
Shoot!
Ah.
First of all, we know he was on his way, so next we... Why did he choose?
What do you mean, the specific...
I got it! It matched the one the culprit...
So, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No, it's wrong.
Okay, so that was it.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
Saw him stuffing a jacket into a duffel bag. Then I assume he had it off to exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's color.
Oh, what? Mondo? Mondo.
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just...
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry.
Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the back. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question. There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happen to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something.
Oh, God, motherfucker, that's true. Oh, I can't believe I didn't pick up on that.
You notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then... here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to...
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Calling them out.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How, precisely, did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbooks break? There's only one possible explanation. Maybe they were able to physically hack into it and destroy it that way.
I told you it's impossible to modify it. Try opening up its guts and the security buzzer goes off.
Oh yeah, I guess I can cross hacking off. Hacking's more internal.
Shoot. I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
Me
It's a
too.
mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Who might have brought in their handbook into the sauna? I think they gave me a big clue. Had to be the one who wore their clothes into the sauna. It was... No! It certainly wasn't me! But, I mean... You seem awfully rattled, Taka. Could it be you knew who it actually was? In that case, there's been really one person left it could have been.
Shoot. Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this! Show me the proof! The actual solid proof!
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Fucking Mondo, man, of all people.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo... then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Ah! I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during their Sonic shit. If I could just prove that.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, you broke your own hand.
In other words, if Mondo, then that proves that what Makoto...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Shoot!
Ah! This sucks.
Test Makoto. If what he says, you broke your own. In other words, if Mondo's, then that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Shoot!
Ah! I'm running out of hearts here.
Let's test Makoto. If what he said, you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works...
See? Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Ah!
Let's test If what he said, you broke your own. In other words, if Mondo's, then that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Ah! I keep on missing this shit. Alright, I got this.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo, then that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just...
No, it doesn't. Jesus Christ. That's all I was trying to do.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting.
It does.
As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch! What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning. That way, everything will become clear. And we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Okay. Climax Inference. Oh, I gotta finish the thought. Okay, I remember this. Okay, so I just have 20 minutes to figure out how this all went down. I think this might be it, but I'm not sure. I hate how these comics work, man. Ah, there's so many. Okay, this is when he fucks with the scene of the crime. What do I do, huh? I don't know how else I would do this. This is actually confusing to me. I think I got it. I'm not sure though. Try that. I think this might be it. I'm not sure. Alright, let's see. I think that's all of it. Alright.
The killer is you! First, let's take a look back to before the incident.
Oh, God.
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there, and the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment.
What's up, baby?
The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
Alright, let me go ahead and finish this. I'm about done with it. Alright, back to where we were before.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
No! Nobody believes me. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. Uh-oh, have we already come to the end of the debate? Well, then the class trial is officially adjourned. Now it's time to reveal who the blockhead. It would appear that the one with the most votes is Makoto. However, Makoto is not the black. How did it come to me? Yeah, let's give it a go.
I refuse to give up yet.
Alright, so the duffel bag was right. I don't know which one to put on there. This is where it throws me off. I can't think of anything else it could be. Or is that the ending? I don't know. Alright, let's see if this works. Hopefully it's right.
The killer is you!
Alright, let's go back to where it was before. What's up, Waldicator? How's it going?
It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster.
Ah! Okay, that one was wrong, so... So it wasn't the bloody thing or this. Would it be this?
The killer is
let's try that.
You! Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster.
Ah! Why? So it wasn't in any of this. Let's try it now.
You!
So there's something else on here that's not in my options that should be here and is not. Alright, let's try it now.
You! Then removing...
There we go. Alright.
Finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
Ah, no! Alright, let's try this one.
Here's exactly what happened.
Immediately got pummeled.
Here's exactly what happened.
I guess it would be there.
The killer is you!
Come on, give it to me.
And around the same time that the
What's
was
up,
putting together this facade,
whatever your name is, I can't read that, but hey, welcome to the stream. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together
the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence? You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo is the killer. That already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show that where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added to the bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about Fever Time and Nega Time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the space key, Fever Time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push R, MB, LMB, RMB, LMB, however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assaults. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the possible best use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if you only got access to special time, right? So we have also prepared something called Nega Time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates Nega Time during the bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate Fever Time at this point, No, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Some surprisingly, if your action's difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use Negatime. Well then, good luck and have fun!
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence.
Ah! No! Yeah, we'll give it another go.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Did it prove it though? Because I didn't get any proof out of that.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
I got an A! Yay for A's! And I got 72 medals. Whoa.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh, Mondo, how could you? I was rooting for Mondo. I'm so sad that he did it.
What?
Uh-oh. This time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Wada! In case you were wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taking a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he could never overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything, even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, that shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dressed like a girl, Chihiro actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro could never let anyone find out, no matter the cost. And if that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I could talk about it later? After I try my best to become strong, then I could tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the thread of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And that person he went to?
Yeah, that's right.
It was me.
Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fell's been faithfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help me give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he made to Chihiro.
Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep a secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have been immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all that he could to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed.
Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you?
Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memorized and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad! Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone! It's impossible!
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it.
Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, the secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Dayo that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother so he could imitate him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put up together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created his gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just got along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Just once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top.
And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street fight race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed onto oncoming traffic. But suddenly... laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words.
My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry.
Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened.
Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team, you and me, put together. It's a a promise between men.
He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could have never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident, and as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong!
And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother.
No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it would have been for nothing. So that's why I... Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness. It just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, what fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. It was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus!
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you.
But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I've wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever.
His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself.
I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was just jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No.
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo.
I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Damn you.
Why did you help to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. Stronger than you.
Son of a
and stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Hey! I killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time. I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was a secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it!
Look at him! You see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the past. For a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't.
You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead and say that again! I dare you!
Yep. Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. It's what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching.
Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now. That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Wada, the ultimate biker gang leader.
No, wait! Wait!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I said wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Oh, Mondo, how could you? The fuck kind of shit is this? Oh my god. The Cage of Death. Oh man. Oh god. Is he getting electrocuted? Oh no. Oh. Did he explode? They cooked him! What the fuck? Not Mondo Butter! Get the fuck out of here! Oh my god, that was horrible. He cooked him in the Wheel of Death!
Laugh at death, and your soul will forever be at peace.
It can't be! My brother! Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do. Because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that...
However...
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless. Like the voice of the death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. That night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I'd look inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if I had been at the end of it, how boring would it have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene. But damn, man, if we hadn't have figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked at me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. What?
Correct.
So that was your reasoning. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Ooh, I'm up next.
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why?
Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. What do you mean? 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 Mean. God grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor. Then everything will be revealed to me.
Ah, the noble son of a noble family. Truly you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Takami family, for which victory is foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Ooh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mop for you.
I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap.
Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom and the curtain closed on the case of Chiriho and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
One thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh, my. You really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Yay! The chapter 2 is over! Oh, my back. Oh, man. To be continued? I received the crazy diamond present. Alright, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I'm probably going to do more of saving than anything, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a long stream, but it was definitely worth it. And yeah, I was actually surprised by the end result. I didn't expect it to be Mondo, of all people. But I guess those are like certain clues that you need to be paying attention to, and I did not pay attention to the fact that he called him a dude. Oh, of all the things. Anyways, that's it for today. We will continue the next chapter on Friday. Next Friday. So I will see you then. Hope to see you on tonight's stream, and hopefully you guys get to see some more pictures on Discord of our new puppy. So yeah, look forward to that. I'm excited for the new puppy, and I hope you guys are as well, because puppies are wonderful. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Bye! Do, do, do.